Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to do a palette bingo type of thing, but I decided to do this with all the eyeshadows that I currently have in projects. So it's my Pan palettes, my Pandas eyeshadows, and the eyeshadows that are in my whole collection project pan. Yeah, that is the plan. So in total I have 21 eyeshadows in all of those. I'll quickly show you how I decided to order them. On this paper right here I'm marking all the eyeshadows for my whole collection project pan and Pandas eyeshadows, and I've got 5 in my whole collection and 5 in my Pandas eyeshadows. So those are 1 to 5 and 6 to 10. Then I have this LA Colors palette, which will be 11 to 15. I've got my Too Faced Glamour To Go palette, and I've still got 5 eyeshadows left in here, so this will be 16 to 20. And then I've got the black in my Enchanted Glamourland palette, which is number 21. So that is what I'm gonna be working with. Now I've got the app open right here, the Pretty Random app that we all know very well at this point. And I'm gonna randomize probably 5 eyeshadows and see what I'm gonna end up with. So first we've got 21. Great. At least we can use the black. Then we have number 9. And number 9, I can see the paper from here, is Glitz, which is a dark gray eyeshadow. Let's see if we got some lighter colors as well. Number 2 is the green shadow from the original palette from Sleek. Then oh, it's going away. Number 5. Number 5 is the brown little cubey thing from Catrice, the Aquarelle chalk. And then we get number 4. We don't have anything for my Pandas eyeshadows, but number 4 is an NYX Pigment in yellow gold. So I'm quickly gonna get all of those together and show you guys what we're actually working with. Okay, so the first one that we drew was the black in my Enchanted Glamourland palette, which is right here. Just a basic matte black, not really too much to see about that one. Then number 2, I've got 2 Sleek palettes here, so I kind of have to check. Number 2 is the Glitz shade right here. So like I said, it's a darker gray color. Then we have the other Sleek palette, and in this one I got the green shade that I'm working on in my whole collection project pan. That's this one. Oops, sorry for blinding you. And then we have the Catrice Aquarelle chalk, the brown one. I think you guys know this one by now. And we have the yellow gold pigment from NYX to work with. So I do tend to already pair green and yellow with each other quite often. So I'm kind of trying to think if I can come up with something else. I'm gonna do a little bit of thinking and I'll come back to you guys. Okay, I did come up with something I'm gonna try. Let's see how this is gonna work out. I am gonna start by putting something on my brow bone just to make sure I'm not putting a green or a like gray on my brow bone. So I'm gonna take the shade, like the lighter shade from the Sleek special palette that the gray shade is in as well. Just to put that under my eye. It's just a matte, like very like my skin color type shade. So yeah, you need to have something there. Then I have decided that I'm going to put the yellow on the lid. The Catrice shade, the brown one, is going to be my transition shade. The gray is going to go in my outer V. The black I want to kind of try to put all over my lid and see if I can make that work with this combination. I've done it before with other eyeshadows, but let's see. And I'm going to put the green in my crease. See what that will look like in the end. So to start things off, like I said, I'm going to use the Catrice shade as my transition, so that's what we're gonna do first. Just putting it a little bit on the outer part of my eye and then just blending it in, like not too far, and a little bit higher up, just because like my eyes are a bit hooded, so it's nice to like pretend my crease is a little bit higher than it actually is. And already realizing I forgot to put the black on my eyes first, so now we're gonna put the black on my complete eyelid. So I'm gonna take the black and just put that all over my lid. I'm just using the brush that I'm always using for the black. Normally I use this small brush to put it mostly on my outer part of my lid, but today we're just using the same brush to put the black all over. And now the black is on and we've got a really dark color going. I'm just going to use the brush that I used for the Catrice shade a little bit more to blend the edges of the black out a little bit. And then we're going to go in with the NYX shade. Well, let's see how this is gonna work out. So because it's a pigment, I'm hoping that it will turn up quite well on the black. So let's see if that is actually the case. Yes, it is. It does indeed give a pretty nice metallic finish on my lid. Especially now that I'm going in with the second layer. And then, like I said, I'm gonna try and use the gray in my outer corner. So let's see how that is going to look. Just gonna put that there. Of course the black is already there, so it's more just gonna give a bit of a slightly lighter and metallic-y finish to the black. But I don't think I've paired the NYX pigment with the gray yet, so it's just nice to see how that looks in the end. Just because I thought it would be a little bit too much of a safe choice to put the green like kind of in between that gray and gold, I'm now gonna go in and try and see what the green looks like when I put that in my crease. So let's see. Taking the green, oh, I'm not even telling you guys which brushes I'm using. A shading brush from Real Technique. And I'm gonna blend that into my crease. These are all pretty shimmery shades as well, so that is like maybe not the best to be putting all of this together in this way, but hey, we're playing around, so we can try some things every now and then. That's what makes it fun. Okay, it's darker than I hoped it would be, and it's definitely very glittery. It's also now going over top of that gray shade, so the gray is kind of falling away. You don't really see that one anymore. I'm using the blending brush. This is my Sephora crease brush to blend it out a little bit more again. This is the one that I use for that Catrice shade. Yeah, I think it's just maybe a little bit too much glitter. I don't know whether putting that green in my crease was the best choice, but I guess that's the fun thing about these roulettes. At least we try something new. It might not always look perfect, but at least we're playing around with our makeup. And I do get quite a bit of fallout as well, as you can see. So I'm going back into that gray shade just to make sure that that is still showing up on my outer corner. Maybe I should have put that after the green anyway. So I'm just putting that on the outside of my lid on both sides. And I think I'm actually going to go back in with the yellow as well. This is an Essence brush that is really old. I have no idea what the name of this brush is. Can't see it anymore. Just gonna put this back on my lids, nothing too major. And then it's time for my eyeliner, and as my eyeliner I'm always using a black eyeshadow as well, so that is what I'm doing right now as well. So I'm just stamping the black shade from my Enchanted Glamourland palette on my lash line with this Real Technique 202 brush. And then I'm just taking my powder brush to try and get some of the fallout gone. Well, as you guys might know, I don't really wear makeup underneath my eyes, like on my lower lash line, so that gives me a little bit of like less area to play with, but my eyes always start tearing when I try to do that, so I just stopped even trying that because I did not want my makeup halfway down my face towards the middle of the day. But yeah, this is the eye look. To be honest, I think it's a little bit muddy. Like, these are not the best eyeshadows to combine, which is a lesson learned, at least, I guess. It's definitely still wearable, but I feel like the gray and the green, you don't really see where one stops and the other begins, which I guess means I blended it, but like still, those colors kind of look like one haze on my eyes right now. But anyway, let's finish this whole thing off and see if we can still make it work by adding on some blush and lipstick and all those types of things. So first of all, I'm gonna go in with my concealer. This is the Stay Naked concealer from Urban Decay. I have mine in 30 NY. I already put some on the rest of my face, but because I knew I might get some fallout and stuff, I didn't put anything underneath my eyes yet. So that's what I'm going to do right now. And just kind of pat that out, clean things up underneath my eyes. And I always kind of, whatever is kind of left on my finger, I put on my nose, because my nose tends to be pretty red most of the time. That's just the way it is. I feel like sometimes an eye look already becomes more wearable when I put my concealer on, because it just evens things out a little bit more. So let's see if that's the same thing today as well. And now that the concealer is on, we're gonna go in with the NYX lipstick in Narcissus. You've seen me do this a good bunch of times, but this is the lipstick that I currently use as my cream blush. And then we'll do some blending and powdering with the Bourjois Healthy Mix powder and my Clinique powder brush. I'll always make sure to kind of go over my cheeks as well to make sure it doesn't get too pink, and apart from that I just do kind of my T-zone, and whatever is left I kind of press under my eyes. I don't want to put too much underneath my eyes because it tends to get into the lines. If it's too like wet, the concealer, it gets into the lines, and if I put too much powder I get the same issue, which is nice. So now for blush, because it's pretty dark on my eyes already, I guess I'm just gonna go with a neutral blush. I'm gonna take my e.l.f. Mineral Blush in Joy and the Real Techniques blush brush, and I'm putting this on my cheeks. I really like this blush because it's so easy to wear with whatever I feel like putting on my eyes or my lips, because it is so neutral, at least on my face. So that's that, and then we're gonna go in with some highlighter, and for that, of course, I'm using Nars Albatros. I really hope that you guys don't hear too much of all the shouting that's going on outside. It's a really nice day today, and there is a lot of the kids running around in front of our apartments because there is some space and we're pretty close to the playground of our apartment complex. So yeah, kids everywhere, especially in this time, because in Ireland we can only go 2 kilometers away from our place. I think it might be 5 now actually, but still, like, people cannot go very far. We need to isolate, we need to social distance, so like a lot of people stay around here and the kids just run around here. So yeah, that's the highlighter on, and just to make sure I'm not using like more eyeshadows than I have to, I could have actually used that for my brow bone as well. Oh, and while I'm talking, I'm going in with the Hema Kohl pencil in 37 to lighten up my inner corner a little bit. And what I was trying to say is I'm going to use this highlighter as well in my inner corners, and I'm just using my pinky to just dot that there. And because that's a little bit gold, and it actually works nice with that NYX pigment as well. Let's see, what else do we still need to do? So I need something on my lips, and I'm kind of thinking, because it is pretty dark, I have like my bright pink and my bright orange, but I might just go a little bit lighter today. What I do want to put on, because I'm so close to having this one done, is my Revlon Just Bitten Kissable Balm Stain. It's such a long name, in Charm. I'm gonna put that on my lips first. And this one is way too light, or at least I don't like it as much on its own on my lips. So I'm gonna take this lip gloss, and the lip gloss is a fairly neutral, a little bit more towards the pink side. Lip gloss as well. I'm just gonna put that on top, which makes the lip gloss a little bit lighter, and at the same time my lips stay neutral enough with that like pinky neutrally lip gloss. Okay, now I'm quickly gonna do my eyebrows and curl my lashes off camera, and then we're pretty much done. Okay, and then this is the final look. I definitely don't hate it. The only thing that I think is kind of annoying is that that green and gray kind of blended into each other and you don't really see the difference anymore. I like that the black kind of helps make that NYX Pigment pop. It's good to try that because I don't think I tried that combination yet, so that was nice. And like the Catrice shadow is always going to be my transition color, so like, these were the shades that I was working with. As you can see, that NYX Pigment, when I just swatched it with my finger, is not showing up very clearly, but once I put it on top of that black, it actually worked. So yeah, not my favorite eye look that I've ever done in a video, but at the same time it was nice to play around with it a little bit, get some shades that maybe I wouldn't per se combine together straight away. And yeah, this is what that looks like. Like, you can always have the perfect looks out of these palette bingos. But anyway, thank you guys very much for watching. I hope this still was a little bit entertaining during this weird time that we're in right now. I hope everybody is doing well, taking care of themselves, and I hope to see you in one of my next videos. Bye bye!